Hell in a Cell specifically. Hell in a Cell.
Brings all the emotions of senior day. A chance for the veterans on this home team to go out in style and punctuate their careers one last time on this field. Welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and LSU's Death Valley, home of the Bayou Bengals. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the fifth-ranked team, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get this thing going. Notre Dame will kick it off to get us underway. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Breaking free at the 35. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid game, getting closer to midfield now.
Chris, I know when we think about LSU, we go back to 2019, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, that dynamic offense. But at the end of the day, it's still LSU. It's still the SEC. And ground and pound is something they will never move away from. Great job here, and move the sticks.
And they'll go right back to him on first down. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Chris, this is what I love to see from a defense is the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
Second down play coming up. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. To throw, it's Nussmeier. Makes a quick catch. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the plus 40.
When the defense sits back in his zone coverage, good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Deep shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, LSU.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
And they tack on the extra point. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. They're going to run it here. Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go. Both teams settling in, looking to set the tone here, Kirk, in a game where there's a lot at stake with both teams coming in.
Yeah, both these teams realize this is a key game in the grand scheme of things. Late in a year like this, a winner may be able to look back at this as a game being the reason they finish strong and make a big push to those bowl games around New Year's. Chris, we're all guilty of this. We all look at the big plays, the quarterbacks, the offense, how many points, how many yards. And sometimes we overlook the most important aspect of the game, the offensive line. You've got to do a good job consistently protecting the quarterback. It all comes down to the offensive line. And here, they hurry the quarterback and they blow up the play.
Makes the grab. It's Fields. He's not going to get the first down. It's 4th down. And the punt team makes its way onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. That sets up a return. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 8.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Here's the handoff. Able to pick up just a couple yards. That's good run defense.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving his back anywhere to go, and to keep him short of the 1st down.
The quarterback now all alone in the backfield. To throw, it's Nussmeier. Pop over the middle, it's Durham. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the 1st down in the process.
Fresh set of downs for the offense, 1st down. They snap it, quarterback looking to throw the ball. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. Incomplete, they cannot connect on the deep ball.
Well, they don't hit this one, but I love the idea of the offensive coordinator continuing to try to find the hot hand as a receiver. They missed this one, but keep throwing him the football. He's a mismatch against his secondary.
Trying to find room. It's Durham. Now they test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. Challenging spot for the offense. It's 3rd down and long from the 45. Caught behind the line. It's Durham. The gain is not enough for 1st down, so it brings up a 4th and short.
Now, there's just nothing here for the quarterback to do other than throw it to his back and hope that he could get the yards after the catch, enough for the 1st down. But the defense gives some yards, but not enough for him to get to the sticks.
No surprise, offense going for it on 4th down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's got it, enough for a 1st down. They've got him, but they convert on 4th down, and the drive keeps going.
That's why you practice and work on these routes. When you get to a 4th down, you trust the receiver to run not only a good route, but know exactly where he needs to go to be able to get the distance for that 1st down.
They pick up 4, so 2nd down and 6 coming up. LSU now operating in the red zone. Quarterback making some changes at the line. To throw, it's Nussmeier. And the senior quarterback off target there, threw it behind him.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, it could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. That's reeled in. It's Durham. The defense swarms to make a tackle for loss on that 3rd down catch.
Good job here by the defense on 3rd down. Forget about throwing downfield. They go short, and they make them pay for it with a loss of yardage.
Bit of a gamble here. Offense going for it on 4th down. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Lets it go quickly. Oh, the pass is picked off. Not much on the return. Tackled at the 17, but a big interception for this defense.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. They'll run it here. He's got room to run. Gets the first and still running. He picks up the 1st down, but gets drilled on the tackle.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the runner brought down right at the 38-yard line.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
Off the play fake, looking to pass it. On the run here, lets it go. Caught near the sticks. It's Pauling. They tackle him at the 48, but it's enough for a new first down. Handoff to the single back. Picks up the first, looking for more. He's brought down, but what a pickup on the ground. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there, the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down.
It's LSU on top as we take a break for the quarter. Let's check out the stats now for the opening period.
LSU 7, Notre Dame 0.
Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. He'll hand it off. And he's stopped after 84 yards. So 2nd and 6.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Pass is incomplete. The defense affecting the quarterback with pressure there.
That quarterback had to get rid of the ball quickly because that pass rush was coming. Better an incompletion than a hurried throw that leads to an interception.
To the air, it's Carr. Can't hold on. A good defensive play brings up a 4th down.
And I was hoping he'd be able to hold on to that football. That would have been a big play there on 3rd down. Now, big decision coming up here on 4th.
Can they keep this drive going? It's 4th down and 6. From the shotgun, drops back, looking for an open man. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a first down. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Strong game by this quarterback.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. They start the drive, they kick through to the left side. They stop him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
Each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receiver is usually a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a 3rd down play. Looking to pass. It's Nussmeier. Fires it to the wide end. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. It's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More some new assignments before the snap. It's an out route, the catch made. They make the tackle, but it sets the offense up for a first and goal from the 10.
Oh, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. Forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
Moves out of the pocket. Looking for 6. And the pass is incomplete just across the goal line.
Really good job here by the defense in coverage. Did a nice job here of staying in phase with the receiver. There's no chance for a completion at all.
They'll try to power it in right up the middle.
Nice job by this defense on that second down, so we now have third down and goal. The offense could be thinking about four-down situation. They need to put the ball into the end zone. They don't want to settle for a field goal here.
Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over, and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on fourth down.
Instead of trying to take the lead with a field goal, they'll keep the offense on the field on fourth down. From the shotgun, drops back, looking to scramble. Launching one to the end zone. But it's incomplete. The defense makes a fourth down stop.
Chris, they had it. They had exactly what they wanted. I can't believe this would have been a touchdown, but he drops the ball on fourth down.
So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. The last possession was just old school power football. Let's see if they can keep that going here. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defense coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back end, nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Screen to the wide receiver. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
Dropping back. It's Carr. Grab near the sticks. It's Pauling. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Boy, nice job by this defense being able to diagnose the counter play. You know, when you run that counter, you're hoping the illusion of the offense going one way and then coming back the other, that the defense buys into it. But they didn't buy it at all here, and they come up with a nice...
Indecent. I'm searching dogs.
thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee to bring the football to the 25-yard line. Handoff here from the shotgun. Going absolutely nowhere. It'll be a loss on the play. Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle, Kirk, showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
Game moves the ball out past the 25-yard line. Here we go, first third down of the game. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. The pass rush closing in. Pulls it in. It's Anderson. Tackled at the 35. Good enough for a first down.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
Grab down the middle. It's Brown. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
This is exactly what you want to see from the defense. Yeah, you give up the catch, but you're right there to be able to stop this receiver from making any yards after the catch.
To the air, it's Nussmeier. Gets made on the out route. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. The offense now looking at a third and short from their own 40, trying to keep this drive going. Back to throw again. Caught over the middle. It's Notre. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be fourth down and inches to go.
Well, they're going to come up short of the sticks here. We got a tough decision at this point in the football game for the head coach. What will they do now on fourth down?
On their own side of the 50, but they're going to go for it here on fourth and inches. Lets it fly to the wideout. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. Great screen over the right side. Hill may chase him down. Touchdown, LSU. There was no catching him in time. Well, that start could not have gone any better, Kirk.
Well, Chris, as you know, it's always huge for an offense's confidence to score on the opening drive. Most times, coordinators are just kind of feeling the defense out, giving them a lot of different formations, kind of see how they react. To get points on the board, man, that's a huge plus.
So it'll be a touchback, ball spotted at the 25. Handoff to the back. And he goes nowhere. Stop cold behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well. Yeah, I'm surprised he dropped the ball here. This tight end is known for his hands. The ball's put on the money. Somehow it just goes through his arms.
It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be going for a big play downfield. It is intercepted. Not much on the return there, but the takeaway to set up the offense at the 38.
It's third and long, so as an offensive coordinator, you can either play it conservative or or trust your quarterback and take a shot downfield. They elect the latter, and it ends up backfiring.
And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. The passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again. Using his legs, it's Durham. He finds some space. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. There's contact on the throw. It's incomplete. There is a marker down on the field. Let's check out that call. Costly holding penalty there. Backs him up 10 yards. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Here's the toss play. Running gets outside. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Chris, I know it's not a huge game. You didn't pick up the first down, but it's still early in this game. Never abort this running game. You keep working. It's kind of like a body blow in a boxing match. Keep wearing the defense down, and eventually you can hit a big one.
Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. On the move now. He'll throw it now. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
What a hit there on 3rd down. The timing was perfect, and now we got a big 4th down play.
And here comes the punter onto the field. And the punt will just bounce out of bounds. And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
Takes the ball, tries the right side here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this 1st down. Scanning the field, it's Carr. And the quarterback finds an open target on the crossing route. That's a big hit at the end, but they earn a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another 1st down for this offense.
Runs through the defender. Tough running to avoid a loss, but just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, if somebody talks about a play being blown up, this is a great example of that. That's Exhibit A for how to be physical on defense.
Throws to the tight end. He's got it with room to run. They bring him down, but it's a big gainer for the 47.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
This Notre Dame offense is moving quickly down the field. The back's got it. He picks up 9, so just short of the 1st down, 2nd and 1.
Another positive run on 1st and 10. You know, it's early on in this drive, but this defense has not shown the ability to stop the run. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I just keep running the football until they prove they can stop it.
He hands it off from the gun. Oh, and he fumbles. The offense able to fall on it and avoid the turnover. Got lucky that time. Hold on here a second. The replay booth has signaled they want to take another look at this one. After taking a closer look, the officials are going to overturn that previous ruling on the field. Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 now. There's some pre-snap movement, back in motion. Grab behind the line. It's low. And they'll step out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage there. The defense pursuit forced him out. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Back to pass. It's Carr. Buying time now, rolling to his left. Grab made by the tight end. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the first period of play. It's LSU on top as we take a break for the quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. We begin the quarter with a crucial play, often setting up for this 3rd down. A direct snap. It's good for 1st down yardage, set up at the 26 now.
Well, sometimes it's just a backyard brawl, right? I mean, it's 3rd down and short. You trust your back in the line to be able to pick up the 1st down, and he literally pushes with everything he has, throwing a haymaker there at the finish of that play to pick up the 1st down.
Breaking tackles and going. They get him down, but the junior with an excellent run there.
Boy, this defense seems to be confused. That's back-to-back big carries for 1st downs. They better get it together, or this could be an easy drive for this offense.
Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. Inside give now from the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
I mean, Chris, you have to admire this offense. They continue to try to sprinkle in the run game, even though it's not been able to really get established. But they're not just becoming one-dimensional. You got to respect that, and hopefully at some point it'll pay off.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. They test the middle to get stuck. That one goes nowhere.
Man, this defense continues to just be physical at the line of scrimmage. Offense can't do anything on the ground, and by doing that, this defense is allowing their defensive front to get pressure on the quarterback. Every time they drop back to throw, they become a one-dimensional offense.
And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. It's a quick grab. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up.
Really tight coverage here by this defense. Now, they give up the pass underneath, but do a nice job of rallying to the football to keep him short of that 1st down marker. And now we've got a decision here on 4th down.
And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
They need 8 yards on 4th down to keep this drive going. Looking downfield, it's Carr. Launching one to the end zone. And it's broken up nicely. A defensive stop and a turnover on downs.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this 4th down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? Nowhere to run up the middle.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a pressure got to him in a hurry. Thankfully, the running back was right in his line of sight. He's able to dump it to him as a safety valve, and he picked up the first.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looking for a man deep down the left side. Catch made down inside the 25. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. And it's caught. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
That's what I love about this guy. He has the ability to sneak out of the backfield. The quarterback's able to find him open, checks it down for a nice gain.
The shotgun run call. Run it up the middle, but stuff for no gain. Offense right to the line, playing with tempo now. Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. Caught near the sticks. It's Durham. They finally stop him, but that gain is good for a 1st and goal.
3rd and short like this, and the offense comes out in a shotgun, still leaving the option for a potential run. I think that throws the defense enough for the quarterback to hit an early read, and the result is a big play.
And he fights in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. But they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and reach the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
So no return here. He takes him in the end zone. They'll begin the drive at the 25. So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. They'll run it from the gun. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
That is called gap integrity. Nice job by this defense of taking away that inside run and then using their speed as the back tried to bounce that to the outside. There's just no room to run.
On a pass rush, gets home.
Chris, that's on the offensive line right there. They definitely have to be feeling responsible because it's almost like you didn't protect your little brother back there.
Now on 3rd and very long, looking to throw. That's caught. It's low. Defense able to stop it. It's 4th down now. Okay, we've reached the 2-minute timeout. The offense still looks to into this lead before halftime. And the punt team now on to kick it away. Oh, he shanked it. And the punt goes out of bounds. The officials now will mark the spot. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Dropping back. It's Nussmeier. And the quarterback finds the tight end for the completion. They get him down quickly. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up 3rd down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
After the incompletion, they'll face a 3rd and 6. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Caught in the backfield. It's Durham. And he's tackled just short of that 1st down marker. Good job by the defense.
Well, they try to sneak the running back out of the backfield. Quarterback looking downfield, no one open, so he just tries to get it to the back and hope he could get to yards after the catch for the 1st down, but the defense corrals him short of the marker.
Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. Into They bring him down, but that could be a game-changing pick and return.
I love this quarterback's athletic ability and the way he can create and improvise. Unfortunately here, he just didn't locate the defender, and he throws the interception.
So they'll start this drive here with less than a minute remaining on the first half clock. Ball handed off. Fighting him off.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. That wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Quick throw, catch made on the out route. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice game. Love to see the big man get his touches.
That completion good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. Back to pass. It's Carr. It's an out route. The catch made. Breaks loose at the 40. Breaks into the clear. All the way to the end zone. What a play. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
When you put the ball in the hands of your playmakers, good things are going to happen. He just takes a short pass, uses that insane yak ability to finish the job. Boy, great individual effort there for the score.
After, not great through. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime of the touchdown. Now they kick off and hope some defense can get a quick stop. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? He escapes the pocket. And he weaves the ball deep down that right side. Impressive call, a deep shot on first down, but incomplete.
Well, if it hasn't been made abundantly clear by now, they want to get the ball downfield to this guy. That was almost his second touchdown alone here in the first half.
Second down, they're going to throw it. He's running out of time here. Swarmed by the pass rush. A sack. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for one or two more plays before halftime. Just timing up for one more play in the half. Looking to throw it on third and very long. Looking for the wide out. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. Tackled on the return, and that's how we'll end the first half of play. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The kickoff team out there now to get the second half underway. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. The Notre Dame offense back out on the field. Looking for a fast start, trying to take control of the game here in the third quarter. Breaks into open space. He's in the clear. At the 30 now. Past the 10. Touchdown, Irish. They were not going to catch him that time.
Well, this is what this running back brings to the table for this offense. He's always one touch away from a huge play, and here he gets the ball, gets some space, and from there, no one's going to catch him on his way to the end zone.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Offense makes their way on the field. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. The gain moves the ball to the 34. Second down after that run on the previous play.
Pretty good gain here by this offense, and here they are getting already set to the line of scrimmage. They're ready to go. Defense better get their cleats in the ground.
is made. That's good for a first down at the 47.
How about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. Second down after that completion. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Back near the sticks. It's Anderson. They finally make the tackle. A solid gain sets him up first down at the 33.
Well, these big pass plays can jumpstart this offense a bit, and here they go at the tempo, looking to get this defense confused and out of position.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Grab down the middle. It's Thomas. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Pop over the middle. It's sharp. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down. A new set of downs after that completion.
Well, we've seen them do this in the past. A good throw, get the first, and here comes the tempo.
Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Looking to throw it on first down. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down. Second down and 10 after the incompletion from the 23. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Running out of time in the pocket. Makes the grab. It's sharp. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Dropping back. It's Nussmeier. Catch made on the out route. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup was good enough to move the chains. First down.
Chris, I love the versatility of this running back. We're seeing what he can do on full display on this drive. He's been running the football very well. This time, they get him the ball out of the backfield, catching it, and he gets another positive gain.
Here comes a throw from the red zone. Moves out of the pocket. And it's a throwaway. That's a good call down here in the red zone on first down.
Man, I like this play. Not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman. Crucial. Third down coming up in the red zone. Can he keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Movement here from the tight end. On third down, he drops to throw. Touchdown, LSU. And they jump on top here in the second half. Almost set up for the PAT. If you play quarterback, how about appreciating a receiver that runs his routes that precisely?
Chris, it's not just his route running. It's the chemistry between the quarterback and the receiver that really, I think, is unique. They put so much time into this in the offseason. By the time they get to Saturdays, you can close your eyes and make your throw. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. The ball is loose. Ball scooped up in the defense. Not much on the return, but this defense rises up with an important takeaway.
How about this defense flying in
possession from the offense. Looking to throw. It's Nussmeier. And he can't hold on right in his hands, and he dropped it.
It was there, Chris. It was the right call. It was good execution. He just dropped it. That receiver's got to do a better job of finishing the play.
Incomplete, so it's 2nd down and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Durham. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. So early movement from the offense. That'll push him back 5. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Offense gets set up here. It's 3rd down. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Running back grabs it on the screen. And he's brought down. Good job by the defense getting through the blockers, but we stopped short of the 1st down.
The offense gets some positive yards here, but they're going to be short of the 1st down marker to set up 4th down. Really good job by the defense of tackling and the awareness to keep him short of that 1st down marker.
So 4th down and 12. The offense is on the field to go for it. Looking to throw. It's Nussmeier. On the move now. Quick throw over the middle. This one falls incomplete on 4th down. It's a turnover on downs.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on 4th down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that 1st down marker is and run that route a yard or 2 beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the 1st down. Instead, the defense comes up with a stop and they get the ball back.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
Well, the offensive coordinator calls the right play. I like trying to get out on the edge of the perimeter of this defense with the speed you have. But you got to tip your cap. The defense made a great play.
Looking to scramble. Short pass finds the tight end. Tackled, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45.
Chris, how about this? I mean, there's nobody open initially. He rolls out to be able to get out of the pocket and away from the pressure and eventually finds the big tight end for those positive yards in that 1st down.
Here's a handoff on a counter. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, you see this with a lot of backs. There's a tendency to want to try to bounce it to the outside. Now, sometimes the play calls for it, but you know the coaches are telling him to follow the blockers and execute the plan.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Quick throw complete to the tight end. Not easy to bring down. The quarterback finally gets the job done. Not much of a game there, Kirk. The defense paying close attention to the tight end.
Yeah, really good coverage that time. They're aware of exactly where he is on the field. They took him away completely. I gave him a completion, but not many yards.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Dropping back, it's Carr. He escapes the pocket. And that goes incomplete as time runs out in the quarter. And as we take a break to flip ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the current national rankings. We're set now for the 4th quarter. Who's going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? So here we go. Down 1 score. They're going to go for it on fourth down. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. On the run, he'll let it go. The pass is intercepted. Tackle made after a short return, but the pick ends that threat.
Oh, it's not over yet, but this fourth down interception is going to cost them critical minutes here at the least here in the fourth quarter.
Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Last possession, they were stopped on fourth down, but it didn't cost them anything. And they put together something. Now here he goes. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, LSU.
This all week I wondered if this back might get loose and come up with a big play like this. The defense had their back turned, couldn't really see where he was. By the time they realized it, he just had too much speed, and he's able to take it to the end zone.
So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Scanning the field, it's Carr. Fires it to the wideout. Makes the catch downfield. Tackle made, but not before he reaches the 44.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big game.
That one play has flipped field position. First down to the opponent's 44. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And here comes a deep shot. Bites into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
That's what makes this guy so dangerous as a wide receiver. He can catch the ball underneath, shake and bake, and go by you, or use his speed to get around you and make a big play like this for a touchdown.
Now the try for two. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Great job here by the defense on this conversion. Nice heads-up play to prevent the two-point try.
That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Looking for a man deep on the right side. Brought inside the red zone and still running. Touchdown, Tigers. He broke away and they couldn't catch him.
Now that's what great teams do. Things are getting a little bit too close, so they go right down the field with just a few plays to put this game right back to having a comfortable lead.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. Looking to pass. It's Carr. Grabbed by the receiver. In the broken tackle there produces a solid game.
Hey, it's a nice way to start this drive off, but they've got a long way to go to be able to get this ball in the end zone. Then they got to get the ball back and score again. So positive yards, but doing it quickly is key.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Taking a deep shot here to the right. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
Out of the gun now on third down. Looking deep to the right side. Oh, and he could not hold on. Would have been a huge gain.
Oh, the quarterback and receiver just not quite on the same page. But the good news is it's fourth down and short. And trailing in this game, you've got to convert here to keep your hopes alive.
Needs a completion here on fourth down. Complete with the running back, but can he get there? He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a first down.
Hey, it's a nice gain here, and they get the first down to stop the clock. But late in the game, trailing by a couple scores, these receivers have got to be thinking about getting out of bounds as often as they can to preserve that clock, to give them a real shot to come back to win it.
Moves out of the pocket. Gets rid of it on the move. Catch made on the right side. They finally get him down, but a big play to the 46.
Chris, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's only his second catch of this entire game. Boy, this defense has done an amazing job of keeping him in check. Let's face it, this guy's as good as anybody in the country. Big-time playmaking ability, but they've taken him out of the game. I think it's a big reason that they have a nice lead.
This Notre Dame offense is moving quickly down the field. To throw, it's Carr. Pressure is coming. Grab down the middle, it's Pauling. They finally make the stop, but the offense threatening down. First down to the 27.
This defense has got to be aware of these quick throws to these wide receivers. They're lucky he didn't come up with more yards.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Makes a quick grab. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Notre Dame has moved now into the red zone. The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. Looking to throw yet again. It's an out route. The catch made. Brought down after the catch, but at the 8-yard line. The offense threatening here.
With that completion right there, this quarterback now has gone over 300 yards in this game. What a day.
Notre Dame lining up now for a 1st and goal. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. No stopping him on that run. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Boy, Chris, how about the blocking on this touchdown run? The effort and execution combined with the vision of the running back, everything just working in concert together.
The offense is out there. Here comes a 2-point conversion attempt. Looks left and finds his target there. The 2-point conversion is good. That makes this a 7-point game. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. Last last possession, a one-play lightning strike with the big touchdown pass. Can the defense make adjustments here? Leaning on the run game here. Breaking through at the 35. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Boy, this offense's execution has been on point all game long, but especially in this fourth quarter. They're getting better and better, and this defense seems to have just quit out there.
So one play moves the ball to the 41. Another first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. The defense desperate to get the football back, trailing here late. Offense comes up trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. And then first down, right back to the running game. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and its running back and just keep working that clock.
Using his legs, it's Barry. Running through the tackle. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
You know, sometimes, Chris, we get caught up in the speed and the quickness, and obviously those are important assets to have as a running back. But what you just saw from this guy, and he's had a pretty good day, is his ability to break tackles in the open space. And he gets through those arm tackles. You can see what he's capable of doing after being able to shake free with the speed that he has.
Time winding down. This offense comes to the line trying to bleed out the clock. To throw, it's Nussmeier. On the move now. And he'll just get rid of it.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure. Just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. 6-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 4. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Offense comes up trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. Quarterback in the shotgun here on 3rd down. Makes the catch. It's Barry. Oh, and he hits out of bounds after a really nice gain there.
Chris, another accurate throw by this quarterback, and this guy has just been on fire all game long. Over 200 yards passing, but more importantly, making great decisions for this offense and put them in a position to win this game.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Time winding down. This offense comes to the line trying to bleed out the clock. They'll change the pre-snap look now. That player moved a little bit too early. It's a false start. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. And the offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play.
Timeout, LSU.
Offense comes up trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. To throw, it's Nussmeier. Not able to connect, incomplete.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
Time winding down. This offense comes comes to the line trying to bleed out the clock. Now in third and very long, looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's sharp. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
You know, a first down would have been nice here, Chris. Now it brings up a fourth down and an interesting decision. Do you go the conventional route, kick the field goal, go up by a couple possessions, or do you get aggressive and go for it?
He missed it. Off target that time. And after the miss, it's still a 7-point lead.
That's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they were moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown at the very least, 3 points, but instead, he shanks it.
On the first play of the drive now from the 25. Didn't quite get the playoff in time. It'll be delay of game. Delay of game penalty will cost the offense 5. Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. To the air, it's Carr. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
And that's just a great job by this defense of affecting the rhythm of this offense. These guys are in go mode here in the fourth quarter, trying to come back to win this game, and the defense is meeting the challenge so far.
They'll get set, needing to score quickly now, looking for some big plays right here. They look to throw it here on second down. Looking for a late, deep throw. And it's hauled in. Catch made way downfield. Look out, he's loose. Touchdown, Irish. Too much speed for the defense.
And Chris, the home crowd is in complete shock. Just a few seconds left in this game, and we're either headed to overtime or it could end on a 2-point conversion. It's an awful feeling to be devastated and yet still so nervous here on this last play at the same time.
And a timeout is taken, just 2 seconds left on the clock. And now they go for 2 in the possible win, and here comes the crowd noise. And he drops back in the gun. And he's got it for the 2-pointer. What a gamble. What execution. They now lead by 1 here late in the game. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Not an ideal kickoff as it heads out of bounds. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Looking to pass. It's Nussmeier. Taking a deep shot here late in the game. And he throws his 3rd interception of the day. Could take it all the way. And he goes for the takeaway. Wraps up a hard-earned victory for the defense. Well, Kirk, based on the rankings, this technically is an upset. We just watched 2 really good teams slug it out. And the team that came in lower ranked picks up the W.
Well, I can't believe you said slug it out. That's a first from you, but I agree. 2 ranked teams going head-to-head. Really a fun game to watch. And now let's see how they respond after the results of this game. That could be very interesting to their season.
And that is going to do it. We enjoyed being here. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.